seconds. Mark, 25 seconds into the flight. Recovering nicely from the original main engine pitch and yaw transients. Coming up 36 seconds. Mark, 36 seconds. Vehicle now at Mach 1. Still looking good. 55 seconds in. Pressure beginning to decline on our solids. 50 seconds in. Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. About 1 minute into the flight, standing by for burnout. And we have burnout of the three engines. The three ground-lit solids. We'll be holding on to those solids for about 30 seconds to assure a good water impact point. 1 minute, 15 seconds in. Altitude 9.4 nautical miles, downrange distance 9 nautical miles, velocity 980 miles per hour. 10 seconds until we jettison the three solids. Standing by. We have separation of the three solid motors. The Delta vehicle now only weighs 1/2 of what it did at launch 2 minutes ago, as we're burning propellant at the rate of 800 pounds per second. Now passing 2 minutes, 5 seconds into the flight. Altitude 19.1 nautical miles. Downrange distance 2 nautical miles. Velocity 1,768 miles per hour. Two minutes, 20 seconds in. Now approximately halfway through main engine flight. 2 minutes, 30 seconds in. Pressure continuing to hold very well in the main engine. Chamber pressure is holding well in both verniers. Main engine pitch and yaw control settling out now, and vernier engine pitch and yaw control also settling out. Coming up on 2 minutes, 55 seconds. Altitude now 28.6 nautical miles. Downrange distance 28.2 nautical miles. Velocity 3,566 miles per hour. Minutes, 15 seconds into the flight. Main engine pitch and yaw control really settling out now. Very quiet ride. Pressure right where we want it to be in the main engine and in both verniers. Less than 1 minute remains now on first stage flight. 3 minutes, 40 seconds in. Altitude 39.9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 79.2 nautical miles. Velocity 6,400 miles per hour. Minutes, 55 seconds in. Chamber pressure continuing to hold very well in the main engine and in both verniers. About 20 seconds until main engine cutoff. Altitude now passing 48 nautical miles. Downrange distance 121.5 nautical miles. Velocity 8,733 miles per hour. Standing by for MECO. Should occur in about 5 seconds. And we have MECO. Standing by for VECO. And we have VECO. The vernier engines have cut off. Standing by for 1-2 SEP. 1-2 SEP. And we have ignition. Ignition on the second stage. Second stage chamber pressure beginning to build. Steady state chamber pressure on the second stage. Standing by for fairing SEP. We have fairing SEP indication. Separation now passing 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 10 seconds into the flight. Altitude is 73.3 nautical miles. Downrange distance 277 nautical miles. Velocity 10,705 miles per hour. 5 minutes, 25 seconds in. Second stage chamber pressure right where we want it to be. Second stage pitch and yaw control, very, very good, very quiet ride. Recovered very nicely from the initial ignition transients. This first burn of the second stage today is 5 minutes and 42 seconds in duration. Now coming up on 6 minutes into the flight. Mark, 6 minutes into the flight. Altitude 87.2 nautical miles, downrange distance 405.2 nautical miles, velocity 11,333 miles per hour. Less than 4 minutes remaining on second stage of flight with this first burn. 5 minutes correction, 6 minutes 33 seconds in. Altitude now at 93.5 nautical miles. Downrange distance 497.1 nautical miles. Velocity 11,829 miles per hour. Second stage chamber pressure holding very well. Second stage pitch and yaw control very, very stable at this time. Coming up on 7 minutes into the flight. Mark, 7 minutes in. Altitude now passing 97.2 nautical miles. Downrange distance 573 nautical miles. Velocity 12,258 miles per hour. Command receiver decoders 1 and 2 have been commanded off on time. Now passing 7 minutes 25 seconds. Chamber pressure on the second stage. Yaw control on the second stage continuing to look very good. Two minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this first burn. Now passing 8 minutes into the flight. Altitude 101.4 nautical miles. Downrange distance 749 nautical miles. Velocity 13,378 miles per hour. We can confirm now that we have acquisition of signal from TDRS. Minutes, 32 seconds in. Chamber pressure on the second stage continuing to hold well. Chamber pressure, or correction, second stage pitch and yaw control is very, very good at this time. Passing 8 minutes, 47 seconds. A minute and a half now remains in second stage of flight for this first burn. Minutes, 12 seconds in, altitude 101.5 nautical miles, downrange distance 983.6 nautical miles, velocity 15,059 miles per hour. 1 minute now remaining in our first burn of the second stage. Nine minutes, 45 seconds in, altitude 100.7 nautical miles, downrange distance 1,102 nautical miles, velocity 15,957 miles per hour. 20 seconds till SECO. Stage chamber pressure beginning to decline as expected. About 5 seconds remaining until the expected SECO time. And we we have Seco,